You ready for the video?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Becoming aware, because it's not about me, it's about we.
It shouldn't be an ethical issue whether you should cut down that tree or not. It should be just, one more time. You're doing great. His eye is really sparkling. Have you noticed that?
He has a sparkle in his eye. He does, actually.
Present practice. What's conscious? This is Vish and
Hannah.
And today we'll be responding to Sadhguru's video on
Overcoming the fear of public speaking.
So today I'm here with Hannah. Want to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Hannah. I am based in Austin, Texas. I am a 25-year-old entrepreneur and I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you so much for being here, Hannah. And where can they find you on social media?
You can find me at sacred_wombman. Yeah, you can find me there.
She makes some super cool content. So again, all that stuff will be down below. And I'm an aspiring yogi. I've been meditating for about 4 years now. Big into all things like yoga, meditation, and wisdom. And have you watched Sadhguru before?
I have actually checked out a couple of his videos. Super interested to see more that he has.
And would you say public speaking is something you have always been good at, or how do you feel about that?
So I would say I wasn't like afraid to do public speaking, but I didn't like learn how to channel it until my adulthood. Then I started realizing that I naturally enjoy public speaking. But before I didn't really channel that, so now learning and channeling that more. Perfect.
Yeah, public speaking to me has been something I've always been interested in. Obviously, it's, I think, something easier said than done, right? When you're actually up there, it's a whole different thing. But regardless, we'd love to hear what Sadhguru has to say about the topic and how to overcome that fear. And with that,
let's get to the video.
Awesome.
People always say, no, I am not used to speaking to the microphone. It's not about what people think about you. When that happens, after that they become okay. Do you see? I just say whatever I please.
His eye is really sparkling. Have you noticed that?
He has a sparkle in his eye. He does, actually.
It's not that you put more pressure upon yourself, it's just that you went and made a fool of yourself in front of a group of people. So, you don't want to make a fool of yourself. How can you make a fool of yourself unless you're one?
I don't think I am.
You can't make a fool of yourself, nor can you make a intelligent one out of yourself, isn't it? The way you are, it's the way you are. Now, in trying to be smarter than what you are, that's when you make a fool of yourself. You're generally not so hard upon yourself if there was no public watching you, isn't it? That's the whole thing. If there is nobody watching you and you make a fool of yourself, you're not hard on yourself, you're very pardoning, isn't it? Yes? 10 people were watching you and now the message of your stupidity is going to spread around the world. That's what is bothering you. No, your very stupidity should bother you, not the publication of your stupidity. Your very stupidity should bother you, that's when you will turn spiritual.
This perspective.
It's not about what people think about you. You're foolish with so many aspects of life. That itself bothers you, not because 10 people are watching you. When that happens, you will naturally turn spiritual. Now you're only concerned about In front of 10 people it happened. I think it's good. A revelation is happening. Now, why are you doing public speaking? Why are you doing public speaking? You don't do any public speaking, you just speak. People always say, no, I am not used to speaking to the microphone. Tell them, don't speak.
So I think we just connected on an interesting point he said. Want to share that?
Yeah, he's so right. Like, you're just speaking. Like, you know, we naturally, like, all have that throat box, the throat chakra, whatever resonates, where you just speak, you know? So I see where we put the pressure on ourselves, when in reality it's just natural.
Exactly. I love he brought the light to how when you're with yourself, you're not really putting much pressure, but then when you're with the public, you are. And so it's not even the speaking that's the issue, it's your fear of what others think about you. And so I love that perspective, and let's get back into it.
Into the microphone, you just speak. Microphone knows what to do. Why should you speak into the microphone? You simply speak, microphone will do what it has to do, isn't it? And why are you doing public speaking? If there is public sitting here, naturally you will be, there may be somebody who is going to pull you down out there. I was recently, or 8-10 days ago, I was with a group of people in New Delhi. This person now, he's little out of action, but he was at one time the Prime Minister's right-hand man, and he was a minister, and he played many roles. He's gone around the world, spoken to any kind of and every kind of group in the world. We were just talking about something, and he said, I know this much, he's been with some great leaders in the country like Indira Gandhi, he's been next to her right through her power stage. And he said, the greatest leaders, when they first stand in front of a crowd, there is a little bit of nervousness. After that, they become okay. I said, this nervousness is happening to you because you claim that they are a part of you, but it is not true. That's why it's happening to you. If you truly saw that this is all a part of you, you're just talking to yourself, where is nervousness? You can say anything you want. Do you see? I just say whatever I please. So, you don't do any public speaking. If you truly hold everything as yourself, you simply express what is true with you, and that's all. Why would you be a mess, and then why do you have to beat yourself? Let them have the pleasure of beating you. If you're talking senselessly, they will have the pleasure of beating you. Why should you do it? Their job it is. Leave other people's work to their hands. You don't try to do everything, isn't it? If you talk senselessly, they will throw stones at you. Let it happen that way. Don't throw stones at yourself, it's not necessary.
So Hannah, let's talk about it. What do you think after watching this?
I love it. I think how he talked about like the nervousness, that is something that I've been just like shining the light on more, is like when I'm feeling nervous, asking myself like, okay, am I excited for this, versus going straight to like, oh, I'm nervous. Both of those, being nervous and excited, give off the same like chemical release to our body, so our body on like a nervous system level can't really tell the difference. For example, you know, before coming in I was nervous, but it was more excitement. So I liked how he talked about that. The video overall was really informative, and I enjoyed it.
Well, thanks for sharing the perspective, and I love the connection as well. And he does talk about this really interesting story, actually very similar to what you just mentioned about your body not being able to tell the difference. Apparently, I think it's slightly disconnected, but it does connect sort of to what you're saying, and it's essentially the idea that if you were to, let's just say, make a fake snake and put it next to someone, and they see it, their reaction will be that of it being a real snake. And so your body sometimes can't tell the difference. So I do love that, and I also love to really just point out the importance of shedding the light to the reality or the existential, right? All this fear and even just nervousness, whatever it might be, is just you not being present, right? Yeah. I'm curious, so before we talk more about this, what is your experience like with public speaking?
Becoming aware of like that nervous feeling, but going a little deeper and asking why it's there. And normally I just get back to the point of where I'm only thinking of myself. And then once I realize like, no, I need to be thinking of others, that takes me out of that nervous state, because it's not about me, it's about we. Tony Robbins says that a lot, and I resonate deeply. So it's like when we find ourselves in a state of like overthinking or like nervous or anything that takes us out of a beautiful state, initially we're just thinking of ourselves. So taking yourself out and thinking of others is a good way. That's where I've learned when it comes to public speaking. Yeah.
That was also a super cool perspective on this, and I do love Tony Robbins as well. And yeah, I love that line. You said it's not about me, it's about we. And that I really like too, because I have this, it's called the triple layer cake analogies, which I love to use to just break down the different levels of awareness of everything. And so where this would apply in this case would be, the top layer would be where people are all just me, right? I think you're just oblivious to everyone else. You don't even think about anyone else. You're just me. The middle layer of the cake, so once you like transition past that, you've gained some level of awareness. Now you're just thinking about others. So you're very selfless, right? And you're just giving and you're servicing. But at the same time, you're giving yourself up at the expense. And that is why the deepest layer, so the third layer, is where it's not me, it's not others, it's we. So I think that we encapsulates everything. So I love that. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you. I like that as well. Because we coexist, so it has to be about we versus like me or just thinking of them. So I like that reminder too of like remembering like, hey, yes, pour into yourself so you can pour into others, but just initially like it's everything. We're all one.
Literally, we're all one, and. Going off of that with what we just watched before with the environment, Sadhguru talks about how literally, if you think about it, 1/2 of your lungs is resting on the tree. And so that's why he was asked, or he was, when talking about morality, he said that morality isn't even needed when you're just aware of how your half lungs are just on the tree. It shouldn't be an ethical issue whether you should cut down that tree or not. It should be just a natural thing because that is a part of you. Yeah. So thank you again for helping me bring up these really cool stories and connections, and I appreciate your presence to this video.
Thank you. I appreciate yours, and I'm excited to just collaborate more and see where this goes.
Absolutely. And before we forget, would love to hear what you all think about what I've shared, what Hannah has shared, or what Sadhguru has shared in the comments down below. And remind the viewers, where can they find you, Hannah?
My Instagram handle is sacred_woman. That's where you can find me if you want to connect. I'm here to help. I love bringing awareness on topics like veganism, cryptocurrency, initially anything that has to do with health and wealth. So if that piques your interest, you can find me at sacred_woman.
Again, all of her stuff will be down below. With that, make a great day, take it joyfully, and stay conscious. Awesome job, Hannah. You did great.
Thank you.